Fulton County is one of the largest districts in Georgia. We service 93 schools and about 96,000 students.
We're a very diverse district, from high-achieving students to students who are struggling and behind in their learning. We have some subgroups that we have not figured out how to best meet their needs, particularly in some of our schools where we have high instances of poverty. And so today, we're not meeting the needs of every student. We have a vision within the district that every student will reach their full potential.
Our students are disengaged with the traditional way of learning.
The kids who are behind might be struggling because they can't finish their work, and the kids who are advanced might be bored because they're done too early.
A lot of the kids need different things, and I started to kind of realize, hey, there's other things that can help.
The idea around creating a more personalized learning experience for our students began in 2012 as we developed this strategic plan to close individual gaps for students in their own learning and then to close our own achievement gap across the district.
In order to scale this as a large district, we've divided all of the schools into one of 5 groups.
I appreciated that our district gave principals an opportunity to say, hey, listen, I'm going to evaluate me and my staff and my teachers and my kids and see if we're ready. The end game being that we would all be rolled out by 2017.
Just like any initiative, there's always going to be teachers who just feel like this is one more thing. Especially, I came from a very high achieving school where our students were doing great, right? So how do you create this sense of a need for change? By repeating this process over and over with small groups of schools, it's allowed us to iterate and revise as we've gone to make that process better and more valuable for the participants with every group that we go through.
The other thing that's important for designing for personalized learning is having really tight professional learning communities that our teachers can work within. We are such a big district, there has to be some sort of design around it. There has to be some kind of organization.
The reason for engaging at Elements is that they are the experts on personalized learning, and they've worked with other districts and they've seen what's worked and what hasn't.
Ed Elements actually set the tone for our pace and cadence of how we were going to deliver personalized learning. And what I mean by that is that we're not going to rush into it. We're going to do this very methodically, and we're going to do it very carefully in order to have the best benefits.
Our schools work to develop instructional models to address their problems of practice. After they've gone through those design workshops, then they're ready to select their device.
Reminding them that this is not just about devices. Personalized learning is around strategies such as giving students choice and voice in the work that they do.
There's not as much whole group instruction with the teacher at the front of the classroom. You see a lot more small group instruction, just-in-time direct instruction between teacher and student, a lot more formative assessment with teachers being able to immediately adjust based upon student needs.
When you think about personalized learning, it really transforms the classroom with the students first, and so you're trying to engage the student with their interests and with their perspectives so that they can, own that material themselves, and then I'm there to sort of support them as they go on their own personal journey to figure out how to engage with the material.
When we didn't understand something, it wasn't, okay, we're moving on. It was, let's go back and see how we can understand that. I feel that's so important. A teacher who's less of a person delivering information and more of a mentor and someone to help you learn that information.
We are able to move around and work on different parts of group projects, and we're able to choose how we want to do it, and it's much more independent than a lot of typical classroom.
I think it's great because you get to experience all your different classmates, different ideas. You get a different perspective on, the different, kind of things that we're, all thinking and working on.
All of our homework or announcements would be on Google Classroom. I think it helps a lot. I'm a more visual person, so I can use whatever I need on here.
Somehow between the device and the new way of approaching where and how the learning takes place, whether it's interactively through Google Classroom, the kids have come away from it feeling a lot more focused and a lot more intentional about their school.
The thing that I hear from most teachers is that their kids are loving what they're doing. They really like having the opportunity to say which kinds of activities they want. They like the opportunity that they can go faster or slower as they need to. They feel like they have greater access to their teacher through these varied strategies.
If I were to describe personalized learning, it's changing it from being on the playground with those pull-up bars and setting the bar high and not really instructing someone how you can get there, and saying, saying, here's a ladder, here's a rope, here's a tree, build something and we'll help you climb as far as you can go. That's what personalized learning is doing.